What's up, Monero fam? It's your two
What's
favorite.
up?
It's your two favorite people, Chill and Matt. Chill, how's it going?
Great, great. So sorry for being MIA.
I know
We've been busy.
I didn't think we'd have as many people being like, "Hey, where is it?" I thought we could just get away with taking a little break there, but it's all good. We love the support. Please don't stop. That was definitely helped encourage us to come back and make another episode or keep making the episodes. Because I mean, I'll be honest. I mean, this is all done in like our free time. We ain't getting paid for it. So when life and other things get busy, um, you know, sometimes there's a little bit of a gap, but we're back. Yeah, as always, let's just get into it.
Yeah.
All right, so first up, congratulations, Doug, Sunita. You guys made it official. The happy couple here. Yeah,
The
you guys,
Monero couple.
the Monero couple, you guys are going to be spending your honeymoon at MoneroTopia, which is incredibly fitting if you know either Doug or Sunita.
It's
So
a
yeah,
Monero moon now.
yep, yep, and yeah, big congratulations, and probably a good time to also plug MoneroTopia for April 7th in Miami. And yeah, Chill. I don't know. Is there any other info people should know about that?
Yeah, well, if you haven't yet, just grab your tickets. We always assume that there's gonna be a next one next year and a next one next year. But I mean, you guys know the last Monero conference was a long time ago and it never happened after that. Until now, this year we have two, one in Miami and one in Portugal later on for the European Monero fans. So, it's a good opportunity to see Monero folks. Grab your tickets. If you also want to help out, yeah, just reach out to Doug and Sarita because I'm sure they could use more help. I'm definitely going to be helping out.
I'm pretty sure I saw something either on Reddit. I don't remember where I saw it, but I think Doug or somebody who's helping put this on was like, hey, if you want a free ticket or you want you want to attend and you like to donate some time, you can absolutely do that. So I think there's a bit of a reward for helping out as well. So yeah, just reach out to them. And yeah, it looks like there's going to be a virtual option as well. So if you can't make it in person, attend virtually. That's probably what I'll be doing since I'm not going to be flying out there. But oh yeah, heck yeah, I'll definitely check it out. For sure. Well, cool. Yeah. If you want any more info, hit up Chill, or actually probably just hit up Doug or Sunita.
Doug or Sunita, yeah.
Yeah. Sorry, Chill. I'm gonna put you on blast there. Everybody's like, how do I get in?
Yeah, no, I'm gonna be helping out, but I'm sure they could use more help, just with the whole onboarding people and giving out, checking events, the tickets, and yeah, all that stuff.
Putting on events is no joke. I just remember Brandon giving us the breakdown of the conferenco that they did here in Denver, and he planned all of that and just like all of the shit that he went through and had to deal with, and trying to be transparent to the community about where the funds are being used and organizing everything. And I don't think he slept for like 3 or 4 months during that period. So it's, yeah, events are no joke.
And they were, to mention, they were still complaining, people. So please don't complain. Like, people work hard enough. And
it's tough. It's a lot of this is just fueled by passion, and there's not a lot of compensation. So if you're not, and I mean, even aside from that, the mental strain of organizing all of this and all of the energy that it takes to do that, I feel like that should be respected. Even if the event isn't exactly the way that you want it or you think it should go, just give them the benefit of the doubt. They're doing a lot of great work here. I'd rather have an event that's maybe not exactly what I want versus having no event at all. Because if you get too critical with people and you really blast them, that's where it ends up. We just get nothing because nobody wants to do it because they're going to get flamed. So anyway, yeah, I'm very excited for this. There's end rant there. So okay, next up we've got Matt ODell on Twitter. Not quite a Monero maxi yet, but he's getting there.
He's like 80% there.
He's like 80% there. So yeah, I think this is talking about Jerome Powell's let's see.
He wants KYC and privacy at the same time, which is impossible, but that's what he's aiming for.
Says, okay, so talking about CBDCs, Jerome Powell's talking about CBDCs. They must ensure privacy, but also identification. Okay,
and
so
that
what
face.
Yeah, that picture, right? That's my it looks like my grandpa. So what does he say? Most likely means bank level privacy, which means trusted and regulated parties provide users privacy from other users, but they share that data with their partners in the government. This is similar level privacy you get when you use regulated Bitcoin services, aka no privacy. And yeah, I mean, yeah, that's totally accurate. I mean, yeah, yes, it is. I would much rather be protected from other users being able to look up my info than not. That's definitely a part of it. But I mean, the ones who, in my opinion, do the most harm to you are, you know, the government, or I'm sorry, not the ones who have the most potential to do the greatest amount of harm are generally not other users. It's like large corporations in the government. Like that's where you see the, you know, getting frozen out of the financial system, or, you know, censored from sharing your opinions, and things like that. Like that doesn't happen because Becky down the road was like, hey, get off Facebook. That happens because Facebook's like, well, we don't like what you're saying, you can't post this. Or the government's saying, no, you donated to the trucker convoy in Canada, and, you know, now all your stuff is frozen. So yeah, it's a little bit, definitely not enough. And I mean, there's no surprises here. It's the government.
Yeah.
But yeah, anyway, anything to add there, Chill? Or should I go to the next one?
No, you covered it all.
I had a lot of coffee today. Okay, to note, ad tracking is one of the worst intrusions of people's privacy. That's why we say ad tracking must stop. Finally, Google is coming under fire for its tracking practices. Oh, cool.
Yeah, it's nice to see that Europe is pushing ahead with all these privacy regulations, and they clamping down on, you know, these mass tracking.
Yeah, okay, so let's see here. What are they saying? Data that Google collects. Yeah, we know it's all based on data. Is their valuation? How do they make money from my data? They sell it to everybody. And they're hitting, okay, so American states are hitting Google with separate lawsuits, accusing them of tricking consumers into disclosing location data used for ad targeting. Class action lawsuits on behalf of millions of Google users. And one says that Google tracks the most intimate and potentially embarrassing things you browse on the internet, even when incognito mode, which definitely aware of that. It's supposed to keep the browsing private, if I could talk here. Illegally collects data from Chrome users who've opted out of sharing their web activity by choosing not to sync Google accounts with Chrome. Yeah, that's what I did. Nice. So maybe I can get some money from big boy Google.
Well, not in the US, but in Europe seems like things are moving.
I guess they're not in Colorado here, so I can't.
No. California, I think Colorado has one in the pipeline, but that's gonna kick in 2023, I think. But it's not as comprehensive as the California privacy legislation.
Gotcha. So they could face court-imposed limits on their ability to harvest data. That would be amazing. Paying tens of billions of dollars in damages. That would also be great, even though they are a $1 trillion business. Seeking damages of at least $1,000 per user. I guess the other thing is that $1,000 worth having your like full name on a court record that anyone can look up, and then they know you're like take your privacy seriously. Maybe not. Maybe I won't try and get my money. That would inflict, whether that would inflict serious damage on the tech giants isn't clear. I think it would. I mean,
I think at least it will make them consider, make them reevaluate their practices, right? Because if they know, even though most users won't seek damages, but the ones that will, I mean, they know that they can if they want to, right? So that's going to deter these practices.
I think the behavior, I think it would shape the behavior. I don't think that it would limit their growth. Like just this line here, Meta, aka Facebook's paid out billions in penalties over the years, and I mean they're still one of the largest companies in the world, but I would have to imagine internally they're making some choices that don't make them as susceptible to having to pay out billions of dollars. So yeah, I don't know, that's I think that's good. Is anyone else going after Google? I mean, yeah, Europe is, pressure's building in Europe. And because what happened with the you said something about the analytics or something?
Yeah, they banned, it's illegal now because it's not compliant with GDPR, and the general data protection does not allow collection of data in general. And so what Google Analytics does is that's all it does, collects data.
Right.
And they store it, they don't get rid of it. It's not just for showing you the map address, you know, they then keep those records.
Gotcha. Well, I mean, it's always good to see the big, you know, basically the worst offenders of like data collection at least coming under a little bit of pressure, even if it's not, you know, enough to make meaningful change. Better than nothing. Hey.
Yeah. So yay.
All right, keep an eye on that one. Next up here, we have a tweet from our lovely crypto tweetie. I will never say this sentence ever again, but this time do listen to your government. Why do I have to listen to my government, Chill?
Just listen to what she says. It's in the, you can play the video.
Oh, I don't think I turned the sound on for the Zoom share.
Oh,
hold on. All right, is the cyber pandemic upon us? Let's see.
Urging private sector partners to take immediate action to shore up their defenses against potential cyber attacks. We've previously warned about the potential for Russia to conduct cyber attacks against the United States, including as a response to the unprecedented economic costs that the U.S. and allies and partners impose in response to Russia's further invasion of Ukraine. Today, we are reiterating those warnings, and we're doing so based on evolving threat intelligence that the Russian government is exploring options for potential cyber attacks on critical infrastructure in the United States.
Oh, all right, that's scary.
Not like they have to explore options because we wide freaking open.
Right. Oh my God, yeah.
Yeah, I would urge people to, because to be honest, nobody cares about identity theft. When it happens to you, they make you fill out a form and you're left with that. You're left with dealing with the consequences. So I would urge you to lower your reliance on spyware, increase your cyber security, become cyber self-sufficient as much as you can. Obviously, I know, you know, most of these open source softwares require a little bit of knowledge. So if you click on that tweet, yeah, those are the recommendation of the ones that are easy to use, have tons and tons of tutorials. And if you just reach out to those existing communities, they're more than happy to help. So you're not alone. Don't be ashamed to ask questions, how to set this up, how to get started. And yeah, increase your security in general.
Yeah, these are all great recommendations. I use most of these myself, and yeah, while it's not as easy as setting up a T-Mobile iPhone, it's well worth it if you want to take your cybersecurity seriously. And yep, they go to their website, reach out to the team, whatever. There's lots and lots of great YouTube videos and text guides, documentation and all that. So really it's just your time and a little bit of brain power, and you can do it. You can do it.
And these are also the ones that have a really nice UI. So it's not going to feel like, you know, some of the open source, you know.
It's not going to look like a 1990s website.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
these are chill. This is Chill's curated list, and there's definitely a component of like usability and nice user experience in there, and all of these meet that criteria. So yep.
Yeah.
Yep. Check them out. All right. On to the next one. Are we good?
No, on to the next one.
Okay.
Oh, so yeah, this was shared on Reddit, and it's
okay. You take this one. I didn't look this one up.
It was in the Monero Reddit, and it's a very comprehensive list about why Monero is better than Zcash, and then there's the list.
Got it. Obligatory knowledge bomb of the 4chan Monero crew. All right. You want me to read it, or you read it?
Yeah, feel free to read it. Drop this knowledge bomb.
Drop the knowledge bomb. So there's no CEO, no centralized leadership. Nobody can kidnap the founder of Monero and force them to do something that they don't want to do. And yeah, in line with that, no vulnerable corporate presence, anonymous core developers that aren't subject to regulatory pressure or intimidation, not overly concerned with compliance. Privacy is prioritized in every consideration, regardless of the consequences. I think this is probably one of the most, not being centralized, absolutely. You can't cut the head of the snake off. That's huge for resilience, coupled with the dedication to privacy. I think those two things are very, very powerful. And you don't really, I don't think there's any other project in the crypto blockchain Web3 buzzword world that has it figured out to this level where, yeah. Anyway, fully private, auto shielded IP addresses with the dandelion thing, protocol level, all the dandelion plus some technical nerd is gonna blow up the comments. It's all right.
I know.
Uses established, well understood, battle tested, reliable cryptography, definitely, as opposed to the spooky moon math that Zcash uses. Although I think their cryptography is getting a little bit more battle tested, to be fair to Zcash.
It is.
Yeah, but it is, Monero has taken the more conservative approach, the less risky approach, for sure.
It would probably be even better than Monero if it was by default and if it was decentralized, but
so Monero should just have a Monero funding proposal to buy Zcash from Zuko and then take their technology and just merge them together.
No,
I'm kidding.
No, thank you.
I just try to piss people off. Never mind that. I didn't say that. Forget that.
I'm already triggered, so
I know. I
can't imagine the others.
Yeah, you were just like oh. No. All right, sorry. I was trying to troll you there. Proven track record. The bounty on them. FBI law enforcement are having trouble tracking it. No suspected backdoors. No dev tax fee. Was not designed to systemically enrich the founders and early electric coin company investors. I haven't heard that one. That's a new one to me, but I'm sure
they stopped that though. I think it stopped this year. I'm not following that closely, but yeah, I know they changed it so that
no trusted setup. You don't have to have your clean room to start off the protocol. Not a Bitcoin fork. I didn't know Zcash was a Bitcoin fork.
Yes, it is a Bitcoin fork.
I did not know that. All right, I learned something new.
Knowledge bomb.
Right? I guess, yeah, it is a knowledge bomb. Transitioning to proof of stake. Proof of work has a proven 10+ year track record. Consumer grade CPU mining remains the most anonymous, most permissionless way of acquiring coins. Absolutely. ASIC resistant. Yep. Tail emissions. Yep. So we don't have to worry about the fee market. And
dynamic block size.
Yeah. And lower inflation. Yeah, that's the I love that, because it's like, yes, there's technically unlimited inflation, but it's actually way lower than everything else. And that's a great knowledge bomb in there. Yep, growing in adoption for sure, and displacing Bitcoin in OPSEC critical markets. Endorsed by the DNM Bible. Is that the Darknet
Darknet
Market
market.
Bible? Okay, I
I
didn't.
don't know. They had a Bible.
Right? Yeah, I didn't know that either. Growing criminal adoption, a lot more street cred, law enforcement, regulator hostility, definitely. Yeah, I mean, I agree that it definitely makes the protocol more battle hardened when you've got some very powerful adversaries trying to stop it. And
Got a
yep,
lot of enemies.
yeah, for sure. Passionate grassroots enthusiasm
Oh,
has
unlimited.
better considerably more community engagement and activism for sure, has better memes probably, but that's kind of like your opinion, man. Significantly better reputation, widely admired, respected by the non-hodlers, much more traction on Reddit, 4chan, yeah, for sure. Greater decentralization, definitely. Much more likely to survive a crackdown on privacy coins for sure. And yeah, I mean, this is kind of in line with the first one there. There's no centralized authority, so it's yeah, in my opinion, it is Monero is the closest, or has remained the closest to the kind of anti-authoritarian free market cypherpunk ideals, definitely. Yeah, all right, that was definitely a knowledge bomb. I learned a couple new things there, and I've been around Monero for a while, so good job. I never thought I'd say this, but good job, 4chan. Yeah, this is a good one.
Awesome.
Right on.
Next.
Okay, next up we've got Justin. Oh yeah, this is a great
Yeah,
blog post.
this
I
is
read this.
great. I mean,
Um,
at the moment, discrimination in the financial market, it's just a reality, and it's disguised as risk assessment. But we all know that,
yep.
if Jamie Dimon applies for a mortgage, his interest rate is not going to be the same as someone from a ghetto neighborhood who is paying their mortgage religiously.
Yep.
They're still going to get a higher interest rate. So
Yep.
I think that's like a built-in discrimination, and they just disguise it as risk assessment. But the truth is, most people, they pay their mortgages religiously,
Yeah.
even if they're lower income. So there should be no presumptive discrimination against an assumption that, okay, this person is a high risk. Why is it a high risk, right?
Yeah.
So
yeah. Well, I mean, it's a fine line between collecting the data that you need to make a sound decision and collecting too much data, or it's that balance, right? Like, if I have your name and your income over the last year and the reliability that you've paid other similar debt obligations, I can probably with a decent degree of accuracy, we'll call it 70%. I'm 70% accurate in deciding whether or not you should get this rate of mortgage. However, if I know like all of these additional details, like your race and your history with your spouse or all these other things, okay, maybe I go from 70% accuracy to 75% accuracy, but that additional 5% of shit I know about you now can be abused like awfully. Like the trade-off, like 5% for the trade-off that comes with all of that extra information is just not worth it. If you're kind of looking at it from like the user impact to the user perspective. And I get it. The companies want to, reduce their risk as much as possible, but, trying to get 1 or 2 more percentage of accuracy out of these, this stuff is not worth it when the effect on the user is just so negative and can be abused so much. And I'm trying to find the quote in here where he's talking about let's see here, just about how like the bias and stuff and the analyzation, like all this information is just being fed into like a big funnel, algorithmically analyzed and machine learning applied to it. And the more you've I think my takeaway was you've got to really limit the information that's being fed into these big analysis machines, or you're literally just going to replicate like the redlining discriminatory shit that has kind of plagued our country for decades now. I mean, generations. So yeah, it's just you can't, you need the bare minimum. And you know, if yeah. Anyway.
Yeah, and it's not just that. If you think about, especially when it comes to like real estate, they say they have to do risk assessment, but really, what's the risk? The house is not going to walk away. It's always going to be there for them to, you know, in case there's non-payment, and they default on payment, then you can repossess the house. So then there's really almost no risk whatsoever for the lender, and yet they still discriminate. And those interest rates, when you look at it, it's disgusting. I mean, literally, like they make it so much higher for people with lower incomes.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah. No, I mean, it's you know, you've got to have some data points to just know a little bit about the person you're giving the mortgage to.
Sure.
But you don't need all of these. You don't need to know like where they're spending their money, or like what kinds of stuff they're buying, or you know what, I don't know. There's just
ethnicity they come from, or you know, what does it matter?
Yeah, it's just all of that. Like, it should be as anonymized as possible. And yeah, I think that makes it much more fair and much more equitable. But that's going to be a tough sell to these mortgage companies who have, you know, basically made a killing by, you know, taking all this data in and really getting fine grained with it. But it's like, it's just not worth it at the end of the day. But I don't know how you convince them of that. Anyways, check that out. It's a great article. And yeah, basically talking about how privacy is going to be, without privacy, these new systems that crypto are enabling are just going to kind of repeat the mistakes that we've had in the past, and it'll be disguised as risk assessment and, you know, machine learning or whatever. It's the, you know, it's the software that's doing it. It's not us. But that's just not the case. So yeah, great article. Give it a read. I really enjoyed it. Yeah, on to the next one. All right, so we've got another tweet from Miss Crypto Tweety. And
yeah, actually this ties into what Justin just said, but I've been thinking about this, that, you know, watching regulators simply ban CoinJoys, think about banning, you know, non-custodial wallets. I mean, we see Elizabeth Warren talking about, oh, they can hide their funds in non-custodial wallets, and just eventually maybe even banning privacy coins. It's all coming down to this assumption that anyone who wants privacy for any reason is either attempting to violate the law or is up to no good. And the reason they can do this is because we do not have currently digital privacy as a protected human right. It's not protected. So it's very important wherever you live to keep shouting until they hear you out. Keep talking to your legislators that, you know, we need to have some kind of privacy laws and protection, just like the GDPR, at least as a bare minimum.
Yeah, the GDPR is, I mean, has a lot of flaws in it, and, you know, there's a lot of critiques of it, but at least it's something, and at least it's a start that can be kind of built on. And I mean, I don't know, it feels like the way that the world is going, like your digital identity is you. It's the same as your physical identity, and every day that goes by, technology blurs the line even further between, you know, what you do in the digital world and the effect that it has on the physical world, and vice versa. Like, they're kind of merging into one super identity, I guess, if you want to think about it kind of sci-fi-ishly. And why wouldn't a lot of the protections that our physical self enjoy apply to our digital selves? It just doesn't. I don't understand that. And yeah, that's why I think part of why I advocate so regularly for this kind of stuff is like we've got to have it. Without it, it just, I mean, your quality of life is going to be so much worse.
Yeah, and there's no protection. I mean, if any of these legislators would get hacked, and they would have a identity theft, they would be devastated. And it applies to them as well. But instead, it's just there's this push against privacy. And if you think about it, if we had any sort of privacy legislation, they could never ban coin joins, because there's just an assumption, right? That if you're a coin join, aka if you want some privacy, you must be doing something wrong.
Yeah. Yep. It's true. And I think, I don't know, the cynical part of me is like, it's more than that, because they see it as a loss of their power and influence. If they don't know what you're doing, they can't, stop you. And if it's something that allows you to resist what they're trying to make you do, they being the government or the people in power, corporations, whatever, they don't want that. They don't want you to have like a good ability and a good way to just not have to listen to them. Like,
but you already have that. You have cash. You can keep it under your mattress, in your non-custodial mattress.
Yeah, but I mean, there's cash is like, it's established already. Like, cash is already established, and it's going to be very, very difficult to convince all the boomers that we need more transparency into cash transactions, because that's what they're used to. This is this brand new thing, and now there's this opportunity to kind of clamp down and increase the amount of oversight and control they have into this new way of doing things and transacting, and they're going for it. And I think that's just the way that institutions and powerful entities, that's how they're incentivized to grow their power, hold on to their power and grow it. It's not anything crazy. I think it's just how the world works. But as the little guys, we got to make sure that they're not getting away with too much. And yeah, that assumption is awful, but you're totally correct that if you want privacy, you're attempting to violate the law. That's like the narrative that allows them to kind of delude everybody who's not really paying attention to this. Like, oh yeah, that's right, it is just criminals and darknet markets and blah blah blah, when in reality it's it's freedom for anybody who wants it. But oh man, a lot of rants today, huh?
Yeah. I like listening to you, so thank you. Yeah, you explained that well. So yeah, I'm hoping that there's gonna be a more, because this is this is becoming the most important issue of the decade. Because
Absolutely.
it tied to your safety too. And we are seeing already, like, the White House is warning people to increase their cybersecurity, and at the same time they are talking against any kind of privacy measures. Like, that doesn't even adds up. It's like you can't even consolidate what the messages that they're sending out.
Yeah. Yep. Definitely. So yeah, I think that's a good awareness to bring to people. And yeah, thank you for that tweet. And it looks like you made a nice video here.
I did.
Nice. Your graphics are always awesome.
Thank you.
Like Finland or something, or Sweden? Like,
Iceland.
Looks like a fjord.
I picked Iceland because it has the I can't pronounce this. The anonymity law.
Got it.
So it's like the most anonymous country.
Got it. All right. Well,
Okay.
We're done with our ranting, and now we get to talk about a couple fun things, and then we'll be done. But yeah, I saw this on the Monero subreddit. It looks like this person had their Magic proposal funded. If you're not aware, Chill is on the board at Magic.
I'm one of the magicians.
One of the magicians. Nice. I like that. But yeah, it looks like they had a research proposal to the multidisciplinary academic grants in cryptocurrencies. Oh, that's Magic. That's the acronym. Oh my God. Okay. Anyway, the grant's going to allow this person to continue their research that was started a few months ago. And I don't know what this means, but I bet it's really significant, because everybody at Magic is definitely doing their homework. They're not going to fund something that's useless here. So produce a high quality de-anonymized data set of StageNet Monero transactions. Okay, so
they're just basically testing our ring signature resiliency, because
empirical analysis of ring signature resiliency to supervised deep learning attacks. So Okay, so just how if a really wealthy or well-funded and knowledgeable attacker tried to de-anonymize ring signatures, how resilient are they? That's what this fund is going towards, to give us an idea into the current state of ring signature resiliency from, you know, big, powerful, bad actors. Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
All right. Since December,
It's so beautiful.
made a
Like
lot
everything
of,
they are doing.
yeah, absolutely. And cool. Very appreciative of the opportunity to help ensure the privacy guarantees of Monero, even against the most sophisticated adversaries, and excited to be the first ever Magic funded research project. Nice.
Yeah.
Have to put a photo of just a blank picture up against the wall, because you don't know who this person is, but
Yeah, so I will say that during MoneroTopia, and we can share that later with everyone, but we want to set up like a monthly way to support Monero Research, Magic Monero.
oh,
So
okay.
you will be able to, like, for example, like, I don't know what the amount will be, but probably something like trivial, like $10, if you want to donate $10 towards Monero Research. Or you can obviously donate through XMR, so whichever, like you can do a one-time donation, or if you're more like me who forgets stuff, I'd rather just have things on plug and play, then
Yeah.
then you can do that. So that will go back towards funding all these researchers and developers who are
Awesome.
building these amazing things for us.
Awesome. Nice. Yeah, share the link with me. I will definitely donate to that. I love what Magic's doing. It's a great mission. And just real quick,
It
this
is.
top comment is hilarious. Not gonna clue what you said, but I hope you succeed.
Aww.
That's the Monero community in a nutshell. I don't know what it is, but it seems good. Go for it. Here's some money. That's
amazing.
funny. Yeah, no, I didn't quite get that one either, but thank you for explaining it, Chill. Yeah, check out Magic. They're doing the Lord's work, and they'll be at MoneroTopia. Let's see here. Okay, last but not least, there's a new issue of the Monero Moon. We're kind of long on time, Chill.
John.
So I don't.
Okay, yeah.
I don't want to go through the whole thing, because I think John probably wants the clicks and the engagement as well. So you should go check out the MoneroMoon.com issue number 35. I did give a quick read through it. A lot of good stuff in there, especially if you're into Monero. So yeah,
we just put the link down below so that people can.
Absolutely. Yeah, he's always got some good content there. So
okay, good night, guys.
yeah, we forgot how to end this thing, because it's been so long since we've done it, but it's gonna do it. Yeah, this
was your Monero bedtime story.
Monero bedtime.
Night.
All right. Okay,
sweet
bye.
dreams.
See you. Sleep tight. Later. Catch you next time.